Hope you enjoyed the story. Um, let's take a look now. Let's look back again at the essential question. We're reading about what Juanita does to get what she needs. Well, she has a need, but first we have to see what was the problem. What was the problem that started the whole need? What she was going to need? So what I'd like you to do is pause this video and look back here, reread the first couple paragraphs, and decide to yourself what was the problem that Juanita and her mother were facing. Pause this, reread it, and come back. Okay. Hopefully you were able to identify by going back into the text here, rereading this, that it said, "One day Mama said there has been no rain and our garden is dried up. Juanita, you must go to town to sell your goat and use the money to get as payment to buy some food." So there's been no rain. The garden has been dried up. So there's their problem. They have no food. So she needs to sell her goat to be able to buy some food. Okay, so there's our problem. Okay. So what does she do to get her needs? Once again, let's pause the video. I want you to go back and read the rest of this page and find what is it that she does to be able to hopefully get what she needs, at least to begin with. Pause this now and then come on back. Okay. As you read through the rest of the page, I don't know about you, but I keep coming back to she was an obedient girl. She loved this goat more than anything, but she wanted to honor her mom. And so she did reluctantly. There's that word, reluctantly. She didn't want to, but she went to town to sell the goat. And she found the man, but the man had no money. And that was a problem because that was what she was told to get, right? Use the money you get as payment so she could buy some food. The man had no money. But he did say that he had some special frijoles, which in Espanol means beans. And so he said, hey, you'll never go hungry again. So instead of using money, he said, hey, let's barter. Let's trade. I'll trade you the beans for the goat. So, what did she do to get what she needed? You would say, at first, go blank on her name. Juanita bartered with the old man for the beans. The man gave her the beans in trade or barter for the goat. All right. Problem solved, right? No. Stories usually have more than one problem. So let's move on to the next page. Continue to see what she gets, how she gets her needs. And then we look over here to this next section. She comes home and she runs into a new problem. So I want you to pause this video and tell me what's Juanita's new problem. So read this next section here. And then when you're done figuring out what her new problem is, come on back. Okay, as you were reading, she got home. Mom was not happy. Juanita had another problem. Her mom was mad at her, upset that all she brought home were these worthless beans that basically Mama was thinking, that they're just worthless as regular old beans. That's not going to feed the family. Beans are nice, but that's not enough. So that's her next problem. Mom's unhappy. I want you now to go down and reread the next half of this page right here. What does Juanita do next to hopefully help solve the problem? I'm going to pause and you read it. What is her next action that she does? Come on back when you're ready. All right, so I read here, Juanita planted the beans in her backyard and went to bed. And then when she woke up, this gigantic beanstalk appeared. So in response to her problem, she went ahead and planted the beans, hoping for the magic to take place. And bingo, the magic happened. Yay! So she decided to climb up. And she saw this magnificent palace. Okay. But then she ran into the next problem with the giant. Okay. So now the giant is here, and the maid hides Juanita. And now we move on to the next page. And I would like for you to read the next paragraph, and something new enters the picture. What does Juanita see that makes her think of Pepe? And what does she plan to do to solve this next problem that she sees? Okay, I'll pause it, read this next paragraph, and when you're ready, come on back. All right. Well, it says here that he was carrying this unhappy hen, and that allowed Juanita to wait a minute. That reminds me of Pepe. So she was dead set. Sorry about that. I should have had you read both paragraphs, huh? It says the poor hen reminded Juanita of Pepe, and she wanted to give it a better home. So Juanita rises to the level of hero and risks her life and goes after the hen. Now, read the rest of the story. How was her problem solved? How was her problem solved that allowed her to live happily ever after? Pause it. Come on back when you're ready. All right. Hopefully what you read was that she slid down the beanstalk and the giant went after her. Here he was, but he was too big. He was way too big, and it caused the stalk to break, crash to the ground, and basically got rid of the giant forever. But the hen was safe, and with that laid those golden eggs, which solved the original problem. Mama was now happy again, and she was able to use the eggs to buy everything that they needed. And they were able to trade a golden egg with the old man to get Pepe back. So here we are. We start the story with Juanita and the mom, unhappy, hungry, desperate. Juanita having to get rid of her beloved pet. But now, after all this, risking her life, she's come back with the goat back, the golden eggs, and Mama happy. How does Juanita get what she needs? Well, she bartered with the old man for the beans. She saw a hen in need, rescued the hen, and was able to use the hen to have the golden eggs but have the hen live in a better life and get her goat back.